drive. Okay, COM, and then you hit go. Now you can see over here, they say that this PDF drive, you are having 84 million books. All right, cancel this because this is something that they want to make money. And then what you do is key in. You can key in the author, or you can key in the title, or you can key in the keywords. Okay. So what I did was I key in Lee Kuan Yew. Okay, and I hit go.
Maybe you must switch off your audio from one of.
Oh yeah.
Correct. You may have to switch off audio from.
Thanks.
Otherwise, there's an echo.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So what actually happened is that Lee Kuan Yew over here will give you many Lee Kuan Yew books. Now, I think you would have guessed that some of the books are very expensive, $30, $40. Now, what I did was I told them to key in Lee Kuan Yew, the man and his ideas. Now, once you touch Lee Kuan Yew, the man and his ideas, you can key in words like Perry Mason, and you get tons of books. And one very useful keyword is dummies.
This cable no good.
You have dummies for all kinds of hobbies, and you can download it and then start learning from basic. So in this case, I hit download. Now I was telling them this site is now downloading the book. All right. Now, after they have downloaded, they will tell you whether you want the PDF file, or you want the EPUB, or you want MOBI. MOBI is to be used for Kindle's devices. So for most of us, PDF is the best. So once you hit PDF, what is actually happening is that it is now downloading the PDF file. And you have to look at the line. I think I've loaded earlier. So it becomes very fast. Okay. Now, after you have got this, I told you that by hitting the share icon, you can send it to Telegram, you can send it to WhatsApp, you can send it also. You can send it also to your PDF, your favorite PDF reader. In this case, I'm going to share with you all. Okay. My favorite PDF reader is okay, copy to WPS Office. So when I hit this, we are now in WPS Office. Now notice what is happening in you can download into any PDF reader, but somehow someone told me that WPS is actually very similar to Microsoft Office, plus it's also a PDF reader. Okay, so once I've already downloaded this WPS, this file is permanently kept in WPS. That means it uses your phone memory. So for WPS, if I go traveling, I will only load about 10 important and urgent books into WPS. Any other books, I will download from Telegram later on. Now, observe what is happening. When I download to WPS, I can read the books from left to right, horizontally. Okay, so you can see, I find this is very useful. And please take note now, WPS for iPhone is different from WPS from iPad. It's also different from WPS on Android. Slight differences. For example, WPS Office for Android, you can't make the book read to you. Okay, but only with iPhone, when I get tired of reading with my eyes, I can get the program to read aloud the rest of the paragraphs. Okay, now the way I'm going to explain to you all about WPS is we start from the top options. Can you see the 3 lines on the left? We start with the top. Now, I'm not going to explain all of them because some of them you have to pay. All right. So you think it's worth it, you go ahead to pay for those features. Now, if I touch this one, can you see it goes into 3 options? The 3 lines, it goes into thumbnails, catalog, bookmark. Now, catalog is something like content. If you hit into thumbnails, it's very obvious. They give you the screenshot of every page, and you can just go to this page. If you don't want, there's a slider at the bottom. You can use the slider to go to any page that you want. Can you see this? I'm moving the slider. Okay, again, if I hit the 3 lines, it will always stop at catalog. You can also bookmark. Later on, I will show you any page you want to bookmark. Then you have all the bookmarks appearing. I will show you how to create the bookmarks. Okay, you can go to any page with thumbnails, catalog, or bookmark. That's why I find this very useful. So you can go to any page that you want very quickly. Any question with the first icon. The first icon is locate the last page that you have read or you want to read. Okay, now we carry on to, let me see. After that, now can you see the number 1? Okay, this number 1, I really do not know what it stands for, but it looks like as if I can open 2 books, 3 books, 4 books. So this is the number 1 book, or you can close all the books. So to me, it's not critical because I normally don't press. You know, I don't normally read 2 or 3 books at one time. Okay, if I read only 1 book at one time and then read until it's finished, or I just load another book and it will remain that book for a while. Okay, so we have already covered 2 icons on the top. Now, X will mean you go out of the apps. Okay, so that is very easy to understand. Now we go to the 4 squares. 4 squares icon. Now, when you hit the 4 squares icon, they have a lot of things over there. Let me see. Now, normally,
Okay.
they have the whole thing. A lot of times, it means you pay. Okay. Previously, I think it was free. So we will not go through this because unless you want to pay, then you carry on paying and then you go and explore on your own. Now we go to the bottom icon. Now let's say let me. You see, at any time when you hit. Okay, never mind. I go icon by icon. It's easier to explain because went through with this. Now, if I hit this, okay, share an email. Again, I don't use this often, so I'm going to skip this. Okay, but actually, it is you can email somebody that you want to give it, or you can actually post it through Telegram. So again, I don't need to use it. I have alternative. Now, after that, we carry on with this at the bottom, the center icon. Now, this center icon, when I was preparing for this talk, I discovered that again, you see, if you hit this, a lot of them will tell you, go VIP. Go VIP means pay, you know. Okay. So again, this part is to decorate or to make markings on your this PDF file. So again, I skip this. I will go to things that is free. Okay. And then wait, now, when you hit okay, before we go to the last icon on the bottom, I just want to tell you, when you are reading this book and you touch, you see, when you touch a word, okay? Now you can copy this word, you can copy, can you see, you have again, when you touch the page, straight away there's so many options appearing. Number one, copy. You can highlight the whole paragraph and say copy, and then you bring it to WhatsApp or you bring it to Telegram. The whole paragraph will then be deposited in the WhatsApp or Telegram posting. You can also highlight, okay? Now, highlight means pay again. So I don't use it. Copy is free, highlight you have to pay, strike out you have to pay, underline you have to pay. But one thing that is very good, okay, underline you have to pay. When you touch the last arrow, it gives you more options. And one of the options which I like very much is dictionary. So when you touch dictionary, they will tell you what is idea. Idea is concept, notion. You need not have to get a dictionary with you, to read a book. The dictionary itself is in this app itself. Okay, so dictionary I use quite often. Then now search. Search can be also obtained in another way. Now, when you read search, remember I once sent you one of the page because I remember reading this book long time ago, and I remember he was talking about bed bugs, You see, so I do not know what page, bed bugs. So I type in the word bed bugs, okay, and then I hit over here. Can you see bed bugs? And from there straight away, then I can understand that he was talking about two types of Buddhism, Buddhists, okay? The southern part, which are very mild Buddhists, okay? If they see bed bugs, they will just tell them to go to the neighbor's house. But the north, China, Korea, Japan, if they see bed bugs, you expect them to kill them with vengeance. And I think Singaporean also will kill the bed bugs with vengeance. Okay, now what I'm trying to emphasize with this search is to let you all know you can search any keywords and straight away the whole list of keywords will appear. Okay, so I find ebooks, they are very useful. Okay, so The last thing I want to explain to you all is this. Highlight. Now you go over to the last one. That's the last one. Sorry. Okay. When you hit read,
Asia.
okay. When you hit read, you can highlight the whole thing. And then you go over there and then you say read.
Asia is one.
Can you
It has
all hear
got a
the
different
voice?
tempo of its own. So have South Asia and Southeast Asia. I think this is crucial to an understanding of the possibilities of either development for the good or development which is not in the interest of peace and human happiness in the region. I like to
Bob, your
demarcate,
sound
I mean
is
not in
good
political
voice.
terms, demarcate them half
You
in
can slow
jest,
down the
but I
speed.
think
There's
half
some,
with some reality on the
one of the
basis of
option
difference
I
in the
can't
tempo
quite remember
according to
where
the
it
people
is.
who know what these things are. I mean East Asia,
Yes.
Korea, Japan
But
and
first,
mainland
can you
China and
hear
including the
something?
Republic of China in Taiwan and Vietnam. They are supposed to be Mahayana Buddhists. And then there is Cambodia, Thailand, Burma, Ceylon, which are supposed to be Hinayana Buddhists. Akko.
Okay.
These
So
are my fellowship.
you can then highlight any paragraph that you want the app to read out. Okay. So that is previously the older WPS they allow you to read without highlighting. Okay, you just touch the start button, but now it seems I have to highlight. I can't understand why. So if I put here, I try again to see whether
Demarcated.
no, you have to highlight the whole thing. Okay, so previously it was real fun. You can no need to highlight and you start reading for you.
Demarcated into several distinct parts. East Asia
Okay,
is one.
anyway,
It has got a different tempo of
stop
its.
here. Okay, now let me then go on to the next thing. I'm explaining now the last icon. Okay, the last icon comes with 3 options. Can you see the word file, mark, view? Okay.
No.
You can't see the word file, mark, view.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. We start with view first. When I hit view, okay, then I hit voice.
2-3 of modern, industrial, technological societies in the primitive agricultural regions of the
This
world.
voice reading,
I think
you
Asia can
don't
be
need to
very
highlight
clearly
anything.
demarcated
It
into
will
several
read the whole
distinct
book for
parts.
you.
East Asia is one. It has got a
Okay, let
different
me
tempo of its own.
repeat again. When you touch this, you get
Hey, how did you come here,
view.
Hossein?
Okay, all right.
Hossein?
I'll go back. This is the screen with WPS. I've already explained all the the bottom row icon. I'm hearing a lot of background sound. Ping Ching, maybe you mute everyone's except mine. Good. I think okay. So now you can experiment with the top row options and you can experiment with the bottom row option. Now the bottom row option on the left hand side will bring you to even more options. So if I touch the bottom row, you can see that it brings me to file, mark, and view. Now, when you hit viewer, you get find, which is actually the same as a search and voice reading. So the earlier one that I was showing you, when you touch the page, you have to highlight certain paragraph and it will read to you. But when you come to this option and you hit view, the voice reading will read the whole book for you. So the book becomes an audio book. Okay, so this one will be, I think,
2-3 of modern, industrial, technological societies in the primitive
can have
agricultural
setting,
regions of the world.
can you see the
I think Asia can be very clearly demarcated into several distinct parts. East Asia is one, it has got a different tempo of its own. So have South Asia. Southeast Asia. I think this is crucial to an understanding of the possibilities of either development for the good or development which is not in the interest of peace and human happiness in the region. I like to demarcate, I mean not in political terms, demarcate them half in jest, but I think half with some reality on the basis of difference in the tempo according to the people who know what these things are. I mean East Asia, Korea, Japan and mainland China and including the Republic of China in Taiwan and Vietnam. They are supposed to be Mahayana Buddhists. And then there is Cambodia, Thailand, Burma, Ceylon, which are supposed to be Hinayana Buddhists. According to the Hinayana Buddhists, if the bedbug disturbs you then you take your mattress and shake it off. There is that compassion not only for the human being but for the bedbug, and you give it another chance and you let it off.
You have to hit that button and goes out. If not, you will be hearing that voice continuously. All right. So when you hit exit, it goes to the, again, the page with the option on the top and the bottom. When I touch here, view, you get voice reading and find. Okay. Now over here, can you see insert bookmark? First, let me find bed bugs. Okay, when I hit bed bugs, and what is going to happen? Done. I hit over here. I insert the bed bug. I mean, can you see a bookmark goes over there? If you want to see the bookmark, okay, this bookmark is on page 185. So when you touch this, it will straight away go to 185. So as I mentioned earlier, there's 3 ways to go to, in fact 4 ways, to go to a particular page. You go by thumbnail, you go by contents page catalog, you go by bookmark, and you can also go by slider. Okay, the 4th way is, the slider is this.
Proud to, Doc.
Okay, then let's say you want to go and insert another bookmark. So what is going to happen is that I have now 2 bookmarks. Okay, so you can go to page 185 or you can go, okay, let's say we go to page 185, straight away 185 comes on. All right, so this is quite useful under view. All right, then the screen capture is almost like pictures capture. Yeah, the view, if you have continuous page, it becomes almost like PDF. One continuous page, you read from top to bottom. If you want single page, then you can read it as a normal book. And I do not know about this eye protection. If you use eye protection, they always give me this color, slightly orange, supposed to protect your eye. Okay, so I normally prefer all white, so I don't use this. All right, any question? Okay, we have already covered view. Next, let me go into mark. Now mark, I will not explain again because they want you to pay money. Okay, after mark, okay, then you go to file. Now, file, you come up with again this option. All right, you have number 1, you can save this. I think Beng Cheng also mentioned earlier about saving the hard copy. Now, every time you want to save and you want to retrieve very easily, you waste iPhone memory. Okay, you waste the phone memory. So over here, you can save this book, more or less a physical copy, into a certain document file. Okay, which I normally don't save. I just keep on to this WPS. Now, second, you can have format conversion. PDF to Word. I tried this afternoon, can't work. In fact, PDF to Word is better to use another software called Cam Scanner. Okay, all the PDF will turn into text. All right, then you can modify it. So don't use this software. Now, share and email is quite straightforward. You can email this book to your friend, okay, or you can share, okay. You can share again to WhatsApp or Telegram, okay. Earlier on, when we download, we have already that feature. Output as a long picture. Now, again, output as a long picture is very interesting, you know. They give you slides. You can put all these slides, you select all the slides, you know. Let's say you want the cover, you want just one picture of LKY, and then you want this. Then after that, you can select all. Then when you hit next, okay, you can then save it. I should think you should be able to, okay, in this case, they just ask you to save it now. I've not tried this, but I suppose you can send it to with email or so on and so forth. Okay, so you can explore with this. Some of the features I don't make use of it. Now after that, we carry on again with print. Print I have not printed, but with if you if I want really a certain page, I just print screen, and I have this printer Epson where you can just print JPEG file very easily. Okay, meetings protection, I've not used it. Okay, so not very familiar with it. So projection, sorry, not very familiar with projection. I think if you want to spend time, they have these help guides. Help guides, you can see they are loading, you know, there's a line. It is more or less a tutorial for you to go and read if you have the time. But I've not read it. I just by trial and error find out all the important things that I want to know, and then I just make use of it. So basically, what you need to know is just downloading the books, your favorite books, and then after that, save it in Telegram. And then the third thing, use your favorite browser. Okay, so is there any question? If there's no question, let me go through the PDF drive, because that is the starting block. And to know what are useful keywords that you can key in so that you can get certain types of books appearing. For example, when you go over here, I'm now going to this PDF file. PDFdrive.com. Okay, now observe what is happening when I touch the search button and I hit dummies. Okay, this keyword will help you to go and learn a lot of hobbies. Now, when you hit dummies, can you see all the dummies book appearing? Okay, so any hobby that you are interested, you can then download. Now, for those if you like Perry Mason book, okay, Perry Mason. You see, you get so many Perry Mason books, Last time you have to purchase it. Now, let's say for school children, during my time, we just love Enid Blyton. Okay, and you hit Enid Blyton, famous 5, and just carry on. And then you want to go into traveling, you can then hit Lonely Planet. So now you cannot go traveling, you can read them. Okay, any countries you want to go, better don't go India for the moment. And US also better don't go, or UK. Okay, but you still can read, interesting places that you can find in all these countries. It's fantastic. There's so many books, I can't understand why it's free. So have fun exploring this. And a lot of times people give me a title and suddenly you can find it over here. And now and then it reaches about 100 million books. So there was a time in which they cut off 20 million, I think because some of the authors complain, that you're putting my books on this site and people are downloading it. So from over 100 million books, it's almost like a few libraries, that you own. And then they brought it down to about 80 million. But 80 million is also a lot of books. Yeah, I think this site will keep you very happy for those who love reading.
Okay, posting, we left only 1.5 minutes. So maybe we will start another session for those who have a lot of questions or some questions to ask you. Yeah. But the next session will not be recorded. So stop the recording here.